Hey, thank you so much for watching this recording of my Uncover Your Tribe Masterclass. It really means a lot. And I have to admit, I had a little hiccup with the tech side yesterday, which is why I'm shooting this new piece of video. Just bear with me a few seconds while I'm sharing that screen. So nice meeting you if we haven't met yet. And thank you so much for joining if we already met before. And we have a lot of ground to cover, guys. So let's joyfully dive in. Okay, my goals for this masterclass. So as you can see, I want to share insights with you. I want to share insights, yes, but not just theory. I want to equip you with practical tools as well. And at the end, I would love to invite you to a clarity call. And I will explain more about that in a moment. But very first, let's see what is on the menu. So I promise you that. So the three key challenges for misfits in their social lives, which are feeling different, desire for connection, and longing for transformation. Does it resonate with anyone for now? Anyone feeling like a misfit that feels, yeah, you know what? I feel like at least one of those three resonate big time with me. Maybe all three. Yeah. Are we on this right now? So I have good news for you. We won't just cover the challenges. We also will cover to overcome them. And there are various solutions, but these for me are the most important. They really are the lead solutions. So that would be acceptance, confidence, and then clarity and strategies to apply the clarity. So we'll get there in a moment. For now, I would like to do a huge shout out to my friend D. Grant Smith. That man is a growth farmer, as you can see. He's a fellow out of business, and he was the first person to tell me, you know what, let's do this. Let's go on the podcast. He was my very first podcast guest. And today is making me the favor to be my wingman and to help me out with this masterclass. And this is a big favor because you know what? Mr. D today is having a very special day. He is turning 42. 42. So if you're a geek, you know what it means. It's a very, very special 12 year. And I want to really acknowledge D for his friendship, for the favor he's making me, and really happy birthday. It means so much that you're helping me out, especially today. And I really want to celebrate you for that and celebrate the whole Hound of Business community. And Mike Ashabrana, you rock, man. What you created is absolutely stunning. I'm so proud of being one of the hounds. And I'm so looking forward to grow with all those beautiful people. So D is one of my 5 hounds, but there are other ones. But just wanted to celebrate that, celebrate people. And the other thing, so basically having this kind of people in my life, it's absolutely incredible. And if you feel you could use some people like that as well in your life, people that can do you amazing favors like that, you probably want to listen to the whole thing. So it's exactly the point of this masterclass. Okay, let's jump in. Let's continue. And yeah. Bad news, guys. Among the many troubles our world is suffering from, loneliness is growing daily. Like it's getting absolutely out of hands. And you might have read that. So 2 years ago, Ipsos made a big survey, released a big survey. And overall, 1/3 of everyone on planet Earth is suffering from loneliness on a regular basis. So it's huge, 33%. And you can see percent of Brazilians that are suffering from loneliness on a regular basis. So the real champion would be obviously Netherlands. They have a rocking 15%, so they're doing very, very good. So you can see a few numbers, but basically loneliness it's really not going to improve anytime soon, unfortunately. And before we go forward, I like to just showcase a very special number in my opinion, and it's India. India with 43%. And why am I choosing to speak specifically about India? You might know that India is a very densely populated country. There's a lot of people in India. Very, very crowded country. And still, 43% of people are suffering from loneliness. What does it mean? So the thing is, loneliness has nothing to do with having people around you. It's an inner feeling. You can be surrounded with people and still feel terribly lonely in your life. Like I remember very well many years ago, like something like 2 decades ago, it was a summer. I was invited to a party, an amazing party in a villa, beautiful villa in south of France. A lot of great food, a lot of great booze, lots of people cheering up, having fun, dancing around. Lots of people. The thing is, I felt miserable. I felt empty inside because I knew almost no one in that party. The two friends I came with were busy, and I just felt so lonely at the time, even though I was surrounded with people that were enjoying themselves, but they weren't my people. I wasn't connecting with them. And that's the thing, loneliness, it's really not about the people around you. It's having the right people around you, connecting with the right people for you. So I just wanted to showcase that specific case, with India. It's very stunning. But let's move on because I know it is getting a little bit depressing. Don't worry, we will go much more cheerful in a moment. And yeah, basically, there are many reasons for that loneliness epidemic. So the modern world is totally disconnecting us from our sense of community, from our sense of family. We're way too much relying on digital tools. We're living our lives online most of the time. We have amazing tools on hand, like Netflix, like social medias that are pulling us towards rabbit holes and disconnecting us from others. Plus, COVID happened, and we started to have even more online life, right? When we were all separated physically. So it's getting worse and worse, and the amazing technology we have, and don't get me wrong, I love technology. I'm a huge tech fan. But technology has downsides, and it's increasing feelings of loneliness across our planet. And just to give you a few examples, that the thing, loneliness is not just a sucky feeling. It's not something that just makes you feel bad. It has a deep impact on your life, actually. And it's just a few selection of some impacts on the lifespan or the quality of life. Only a few, but there are many. There are many, and it's tough, guys. And I just want to show you two, like Basically, feeling lonely on a regular basis is the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15 a day. Now imagine if you're already smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Ta-da! You're smoking 30 cigarettes, the equivalent. So obviously lifespan, really not good. It's also increasing the risk of developing dementia by 50%. Same to feel lonely on a regular basis. So bottom line, loneliness kills and makes your life terrible. Loneliness sucks. I'm sorry that you look nice, you look cute and all, but yeah, we don't like you. Please go away. And yeah, it got so bad that in the US, the American Psychological Association wished to make it a public health priority. It's not there yet, I believe. And maybe there was some new advancements there. And not just in the US, right? Everywhere in the world, there are people that are taking that more and more seriously. No, I have pretty good news for you. There is a perfect solution to it. Having warm relationships increases your lifespan by 50% after 50. So that's quite wild. And actually, I don't know if you are aware of the grant study. Anyone that have heard about the grant study? Amazing study, the longest study of human behavior in history. So almost 80 years of research, very, very long research. And you can see one of the most prominent members of that study, JFK here. And that study has proven that warm relationships make your life longer, happier, healthier, and wealthier. That's insane. And we just covered the longer side of things. But just for kick, let's explore the wealthier a little bit. This is the difference of income between the person that had the warmest relationship compared to the one that had the least warm relationships. Personally, I would take it in a blink. Like, I'd like to have that on my bank account. I don't know about you guys. That would be very sweet to me. No, I've been talking for a little while now. You might be wondering who that guy was depressing about, all that loneliness and other stuff. So if we haven't met yet, I'm Kevin Morrow, aka Mr. Mingle. So I'm a social catalyst, I'm a coach and a trainer, and I'm a multi-passionate. But that's not it. I'm also a proud misfit, and that is very important to me. And if you're on that call in this masterclass, I believe you are yourself a misfit, or you know people around you that are misfits, or just you love me so much that you decided to come, even though you don't care about the topic. And then I'm even more grateful. And the thing is, so you can see my energy, I tend to be a very warm guy nowadays. Yeah, it hasn't been the case my whole life, unfortunately. So, yeah, long story short, I've been bullied from age 8 to 16 because I was a misfit, because I was weird, because I was way too curious. I had very intriguing tastes and interests. And people back then, you know how kids are, they don't handle difference so well, right? Usually if you're redhead, if you're fat, if you're whatever difference they can see, if the color of your skin is not at their taste, they might have, let's say, interesting reaction, right? So I've been one of the so many victims of that, and it made my life a living hell. And I used to be very warm. I used to be very curious. I used to look at the world with big stars in my eyes until 8. And then I started to become that guy, to become very dark, very insecure, feeling inadequate. And then they broke my self-esteem. They broke my confidence. They broke my ego. They crushed me, those bullies. And I kept those scars for decades. It took me a very long time to be able to recover, to rebuild myself, to reframe myself in a way that would make me feel at least okay. It took me a long time. So I suffered from depression and many other things. And basically, I felt miserable for a long time. And that's the thing. One of the reasons why it was so bad on me is because most of my bullies were actually my friends. And it messed with my head. It mixed my feelings up. So I couldn't really differentiate love from pain. It was all mixed up. It was, yeah, and it, yeah, it has been a lot for me to handle. And I see some notes, so I feel some of you might have had a similar story somewhat. So I won't invite you to share in the chat. You might want to by yourself, but yeah, I know I'm not alone. And the thing is, at some point, I was able to turn it around. What made me a target for bullies back then, what made me the perfect magnet to bad feelings and bad reactions from others, I started to own it, to claim it, and to turn it around, and using those same things that set me apart and attracted by attention on me, I started to use it to reframe my world, reframe my life. And actually, by embracing my quirks, by embracing what made me different, what made me special, what made me weird, and when I started to embrace all of that, then I felt much better inside. It showed outside, and I started to attract the right kind of people. Weird people, crazy people, freaks, people that I would resonate with, other misfits, either people that were like-minded or people that were complementary and open-minded, that would accept me for who I am without judging. And they didn't have to be other geeks or nerds or chimeras or any other flavors I am as a misfit. And they didn't even have to be misfits themselves. They just were open-minded people, open-minded enough. So we will resonate with each other. Does it make sense? Any one of you? So I've been blabbering for a while now, but I see some notes. Yeah. So sorry, guys, I can't keep up with the chat. You're quite chatty. I love that, but I'm not very good yet at doing the presentation and checking the chat at the same time. But don't worry, again, I will get back to the chat at the end of the presentation. So I will keep an eye on it. And yeah, Rashida, thank you so much for raising your hand. I will address any questions just at the end. But I see you, and thank you for your interest. Okay, let's move on. So I promise you some real stuff. So exploring a little bit, those different challenges misfits tend to suffer from. And I have a disclaimer and an apology for you. I wanted to have much more tools to share with you. The thing is, my first intention was really to make it a masterclass and a workshop of 90 minutes. And I received some big advices like, no, don't do that, guy. No, people don't want to go for a 90 minutes call, maximum 60 minutes. And so I really had to cram all what I wanted to share in a small smaller container. But I found a loophole, and I'm very proud of that. And it's my new friend, Amin Hamou, that gave me that amazing tip. So I will have a gift for all of you guys. I will explain a little more. So basically the tools I won't share right now in the presentation, you will receive in your inbox, in your email, in a few days. So bear with me. Okay, feeling different. So key challenge. That's the thing. So that challenge actually has a root. So it has several roots, but the main one for me, the core root, is fear of rejection. And it's a very, very nasty one. And fear of rejection, actually, there's a very good way to get rid of that and to get yourself out of it. Radical acceptance, and especially radical self-acceptance. And by doing that, you can go from feeling different and suffering from it to embracing your difference, going from feeling it as a stigma to having it as a banner and find your people thanks to that. And yeah, just to give you an example, so if you feel, yeah, it's not too bad, I feel different, but I'm good at hiding, actually look at those numbers. So my new friend from the Hounds, Susanna Down, shared that yesterday actually. So the impact on performance at work when we are hiding who we are. Like, look at the top one, mental health. It has a very, very bad impact on ourselves, in our productivity, but also on our well-being. You don't want to do that. You want to embrace who you are. You want to celebrate who you are. You don't want to hide it. And so, easier said than done, obviously. But I'd like to give you a little idea, a way to look at it differently. There are so many people that are trying to fit in, right? To fit in a box, in the norm box. Now imagine, are you a fan of rock? Here, any rock fans? Please type one in the chat if you love rock and roll, if you love live music, if you love it loud and strong. I would love you guys to share. Yeah, I see my rock buddies. I love that. Now imagine if you had a rock band only with bass or guitars or drums. And yeah, I know there are amazing bands where there are, for example, only cellos, right? But those are exceptions. Imagine if all bands in the world, all rock bands, would have only one instrument. Personally, I would feel it so boring. So the beauty, the interest of that is when you have a combination of different instruments, bring something different on the table. And if you're not into rock, you might be more into symphonic music, classical music. Classical is even more obvious. The variety of instruments give you a depth, incredible possibilities that you couldn't have if you had only one instrument. You don't want to stick to created. For me, the norm has been engineered. It doesn't exist. We are all beautifully unique. There's nothing that exists that would be average. Average doesn't exist. We don't do average, but we are forced to do average by peer pressure and by cultural background. Does it make sense so far? Does it resonate with you guys? Yeah, I love your notes. Okay, I have to move a little bit. So I invite you to embrace abnormality. I invite you to be abnormal, awesomely beyond normal. Normal sucks. Don't be normal. Please. Well, you do whatever you want, but personally, yeah, I don't do the normal. I used to try, but I'm done. No, I provide you some tools, and there is a very good tool for acceptance. Actually, too. So you might have tried affirmations or lofty questions if you're into personal growth. I'm pretty sure you tried that. Personally, it never worked. Honestly, like standing in front of the mirror with the I am enough, yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, maybe it works for some people. Lofty questions, same. I felt it wasn't working until one day I found my tweak, my twist. I choose. Because that's the thing, when you had decades of feeling I am not enough, when you had decades of feeling I am inadequate, I am broken, you can't in a snap feel, yeah, you know what, I'm enough. Hey, no, you have decades of feeling the other way around, so it doesn't work for me. But when I tried I choose before, I choose to be enough. I choose to be more than enough. In my mind, it means whatever happened before, I don't give a shit anymore. The past is behind. From this moment onward, I choose to be whatever I want. It totally changed the game for me. So now I can do affirmations thanks to that. So that's my first tool. So I invite you to play with that. For me, it was like an absolute revelation. Okay, desire for connection. Key challenge number 2. So same, it has a nasty root, social anxiety and insecurity. And the best way for me, the lead solution to get away from it is authentic confidence. Authentic confidence will lead you to connections by feeling confident enough to step outside of your box and to go and extend hands and smile and feeling confident enough in yourself will allow you to connect much better with others. It's incredible how easy it becomes. And so another quick tip, maybe you have tried that, and I invite you to play with me here. I invite you to stand. Let's stand a little bit. We've been sitting for too long. Okay, so let's stand and let's try that one. The Wonder Woman pose. So it looks silly. You just do that, right? And I invite you to close your eyes if you want to, or look in front of you and feel in your body. Do you feel something? Do you feel the chemistry is different? Do you feel different when doing that? Just a little bit. Breathe powerfully. Personally, for me, it takes a few moments. Just come back and sit down. Just doing that long enough, like for 1 minute or two, it changes your biology. It changes your hormone levels. It increases your testosterone, decreases the cortisol. It's super simple to do, super effective. So I invite you to do that on a regular basis, especially when you need it, when you feel threatened. Go Wonder Woman. Go, bump that chest and be proud and express your pride, even if you're not there yet. It's extremely powerful. So it was my second tool, and don't worry, much more tools will come into your inbox. But yeah, for now, it's what I have to share. Now, that's a much bigger one, and we will explore that in the email course. Stage the freak up. This was my main, let's say, springboard to building my confidence. Going on stage, through theater, through fencing, through dance, whatever you want. Public speaking is the number one fear in the world, in the entire world. Worse than spiders, worse than snakes, worse than clowns, worse than anything you could imagine. Public speaking is the most prominent fear there is for most people in the world. So if you tackle that one, you won the game. If you tackle the number one fear in the world, you just become world champion. If you can master that one, the rest will be like, meh, I did the big one. I can do the little one anytime. No worries. So that, and obviously that one is not an easy one. It takes time. It takes courage. That's a big piece, right? So you probably want to go incremental. See, I did a little staircase here. You want to go easy on yourself and go step by step. But yeah, once again, it's an incredible game changer. If you win that one, you won the game, period. We'll get into that later. And if you feel like, yeah, okay, nice, you've been able to go on stage and transform yourself, yay, you. But it worked for you. I know it won't work for me. Look, so many people, so many famous people and not famous people also have done that. Look, Sia, look, John Lennon, look, Oprah. All those people, they used to have huge self-esteem issues. They felt broken. They felt inadequate also. They felt they weren't enough at some point in their lives. And they all were able to transform into incredible butterflies and shine bright. And there are so many people that were able to do that. And see, once again, all those people have in common doing public speaking, right? Going on stage. So that's a very big one. But if all those people have been able to do that, you can too. Believe me, you can. Maybe you don't want to. And that's a totally different conversation. But if you do want to, you can. If you give yourself the possibilities to do so. Anyone is still with me? I need to hydrate myself a little bit. That's what happens when you speak non-stop, right? You know that. It's one of the downsides of public speaking. So cheers. Okay. Now, third one. And yeah, we're almost good on time. Third one, that's the thing. So we were talking about transformation. Third one, longing for transformation and empowerment. Your fellow misfits, they want to be transformed. They want to be empowered, even more than normed people. Once again, there's a core, and that one might be surprising for you. Yeah, why would it be the core of longing for transformation? Because that's the thing. We all have incredible potential, or potentials, plural. But how do we make it happen? How do we express that potential? How do we propel that potential, express that potential toward the world? It's unclear. It doesn't come with a manual, right? So by having, so that's the next one. Through self-discovery, through clarity and strategies applying that clarity, working on that clarity, then you can build your way towards transformation. Then you can give yourself the grace to become who you really want to be. Does it make sense? Yeah? That one is a little bit more tricky than the two others, I know. Okay, now I have a question for you talking about clarity. Let's explore a little bit. In your opinion, What is the most precious resource of all? I love you to share in the chat, so for once I will check. Okay, we have 1 time, 2 times. Life, interesting. Attention, good. You're amazing. I love you so much, Rafael. See, I told you that some people were here for love. Time. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Now drum roll. Yeah, you're too good. Yeah. For me as well. Time is the ultimate resource. Is the most precious resource of all, which can be seen for some people as a form of energy. Time is a form of energy, at least in my eyes. And that's the thing. So a social life can be very complex. There are many layers, right? Between family, between work buddies, between personal friends. It can be a lot, especially like in this modern world, like I shared earlier. It can be very difficult, very challenging to manage your time and your energy, so you spend some good quality time with your friends. And actually, it's one of the things we will explore a little later. So in that email course I told you about, and more in my upcoming program, I will tell you about a little more. How can you manage all the different layers of friendships or connections or partnerships? It can be extremely difficult. So we would like to have tools to be able to manage that more gracefully. To be able to get, so I would love for you if you could drop one in the chat if you would love to have help to be able to manage your social life better, to be able to really gracefully fit all these people in, to enjoy your friends while acing your career, while spending time at home with your family and loved ones. For me, it's extremely important. I see some of you resonate with that as well. And maybe some others are like, I'm already pretty good at that, or, oh, friends are overrated anyway, so I don't do friends. So you get to decide whatever you want, right? But for me, it's extremely important. Thank you, guys. Angie, Maria, Marne, Matthias, Ramona, Sia, and Rafael. I see you guys. Thank you for playing. Okay, so let me wrap up here. So we cover the key challenges, right? Feeling different, which led to the lead solution, radical acceptance. Connection, confidence, transformation, clarity, and strategies through self-discovery. Does it make sense? Do you feel it's connected, you know, those different key challenges to the solutions? Cool, like that. Okay. I have 2 things for you. I promise you a gift. So I will let you know about that in a moment. And I have an invitation for you, a door that you can decide to open or not. Your decide. Your life, your choice, right? So my gift to you is a 5-day email course. So if you have registered on my landing page to get on this call, you're already in. You have nothing to do. Don't worry. You will have directly access to the recording, and you will have the email course in your inbox next week. Now, if you haven't registered yet, you might want to. So basically, if you can't, if you miss the beginning of the call, for example, or if you have to drop later and you would like to have the recording, or if you want to share the recording with friends, I invite you to scan it, or if you came from LinkedIn or any other way, you probably want to scan it. And thank you so much, D. Told you that guy was amazing. He already dropped the link before I prompt him to do. So yeah, you want these in your life. Believe me, you want more these in your life. So you just follow that link, and you will directly be able to register, so you can benefit from that gift. And believe me, so I was a little bit scarce with the tools so far, but in the email course, I will go big. So don't worry, I got you. You will love that email course. And so now let's talk of the invitation. And I see you, Xavier. Don't worry at all. I still had an eye on the chat. So thank you so much for coming. And Sia, you're obviously very totally excused. Don't worry. You will still be in my hearts. Okay, so now my invitation to you is very first to embrace your uniqueness. We started to talk about that, right? Well, I started to talk about that because until now I'm the only one talking. But I really want you to embrace your uniqueness in such a beautiful way that you will be able to find your people that don't fit you, but people with whom you belong, people that are as crazy, as wild, as weird, as locos than you are. So I don't know about you, but when my life totally changed when I found these people for me, my tribe, or even better, my tribes, because I have several tribes. I mentioned the hounds of business, but I have other tribes, and I thrive in these tribes. So I want the same for you. And I just want to explain to you a little bit where it came from. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Ikigai concept, the Japanese concept of Ikigai. Anyone that is aware of Ikigai? Yeah, I see my Ikigai people. So I won't explain you a little bit, guys. If you want to know more, you just Google it, right? Your big boys and big girls. The Ikigai concept is absolutely amazing, and it's what led me to create my Iki-guys concept, the core concept of Iki-guys, to find people that bring joy, growth, wealth, impact, and support in your life. And to find the right people, plus to surround yourself with 5 very special people that are what I call the Iki-guys dream team, based on the sum of 5. You probably know, from Jim Rohn, the sum of 5 concept. And it had a lot of impact on many people. So you can check some testimonials on my LinkedIn profile if you're interested. So I have some video as well.
Hi, good morning. My name is Aga Dietrich. I live in Warsaw, Poland, and I would like to recommend workshops created and organized by Kevin. I participated in Iki-guys workshops last fall, and I really would like to recommend that workshop for each of you, especially that Kevin is a wonderful person with open-minded, with open heart, very intelligent, and this is his project. He's an author of the idea and all the steps of the workshops. So I'm sure you will have a wonderful time with him. I also would like to say that even if I actually create my relationships mostly by intuition, I still got a lot of knowledge and a lot of deep insights for myself from his workshops. So I hope you will try and sign up for his workshops, and I wish you all the best. Bye.
So this was Aga. So it was one of the first attendees of my Iki-guys my Iki-guys program when it was still called that way. Now there was a lot of evolution since then, and now I have a very new version of this program, which is absolutely focused on Misfits and really focusing on what Misfits need. And so just to give you the idea, a rough idea in a nutshell. So it's a group experience. It's a group coaching program. So a mix of coaching and training through live Zoom calls. And so the idea is really to enjoy joyful learning. So powerful insights, but also a lot of practice. As I mentioned, like one of the best ways for me to build confidence is through stage and really going outside of your comfort zone. And it's something extremely important for me. And it's really at the core of especially this new version. A lot of practicality, a lot of incentive to go out and play and try stuff. Knowing that you have the entire cohort to have your back, to support you, to create a safe environment for you. So there's also hot seat coaching regularly. And so basically, once again, in a nutshell, the idea is really to go around you and to explore your mindset, your beliefs, and be sure you become your very best friend. You become your own BFF. And then you can start playing with your current friends and partners and start to totally reframe your relationship with them. And finally, go through the connections and all the different people you're connected with. And you know that the drill, your network is your net worth. Remember that number I shared with you from the grant study, that handling better your connections has an incredible impact on your life, financially as well. And then the idea is really to go synergy and have an incredible synergy between yourself, between your friends and partners and your connections all together, and have that layered cake of relationships work amazingly together. So that's the idea. Now, yeah, we have time. Let's play with that.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
I know it's an ad, but still, it's an amazing ad. It's a brilliant one, and it might be an ad, but it's still very true in my heart. It's totally spot on. And if you resonate with that, if you feel you're one of those crazy ones, and if you'd like to be as famous, as successful, as widely powerful as those people, let me help you embrace your uniqueness and let it shine bright. And let me help you find your dream team. find your dream team of Avengers or whatever you call them, and really finding the right people, uncovering the right people, because it comes from inside, right? You don't find your tribe, you uncover your tribe. It comes from within. It's by unleashing your uniqueness that you will connect with your tribe. You want to find the right people for you. And now I can help you if you allow me to, if you're okay with that. And so that's why I have that new cohort starting in December. And yeah, let's see. I'll show you a little bit of what's going on, and that's where my invitation will come. Invitation to jump on the clarity call. So let's see about that. So very first, the main outcomes of that program is to help you build your self-acceptance and confidence, to create meaningful connections and build your tribe, to have crystal clear clarity and really find your purpose and build on your purpose as a misfit. And basically, you probably could do that without me and without that program. I'm pretty sure you have it all. You already have it inside of you. Now, if you work with me, I will be able to help you do that much faster. It took me decades to decode it for myself and break the code and find the recipe for myself. So yeah, you can do that much faster than 2 decades, promise you. And the idea is really to create a safe container, a safe environment with like-minded people, with people that are misfits like you, and people you will connect with, you will resonate with. And by having a safer environment, it will help you to be bolder, to more easily step outside of your comfort zone, because you know you have backup, you know you have accountability, you have people on your side to protect you, empower you, cheer you up, and kick your ass when you need to. If you want to, you don't have to accept the kicking ass. That's up to you. And especially, it will be much more fun to do that with others rather than just doing that by yourself. Now, a few details. So it will be 12 sessions, 1 per week. So during starting in January, but there are 3 bonus sessions. So one will be the kickoff call on December 14. Then the week after that, it will be a special Christmas session to equip you to have an insane Christmas, social Christmas, and really reframe your Christmas. So it's the second bonus session. And the third one is a follow-up session after the end of the program, 1 month after the end, to really help you to have a check and see where you're going, and if you need any help, to implement and start pushing and start transforming. So as a bonus, you will have lifetime access to the recordings. You will have access to all the future updates, lifetime as well. And you have no idea yet, but my program already has evolved a lot in 1 year and crumbs, and it will keep updating, it will keep evolving. I'm a nerd, right? I'm always researching, always improving, always tweaking and refining. You will have access to that, always. And you will have especially a massive focus on accountability. You will have my accountability, and you will have the whole group accountability, and you will have an accountability buddy in the group, in the cohort itself. So huge accountability, extremely important point for me. Now, good news, I still have 10 seats left. Bad news, there are only 10 seats left. And we're starting in 2 weeks. So I'm not pushing you. It's up to you. It's your decision. You have so the code you can scan, or you can check the email that Dee just shared in the chat, and you can book that clarity call with me. And by doing that, first, is it for everyone? No, it's not. It's for growth-minded misfits, team players, action takers, heart-centered, joyful growth gardeners. If you are really serious about improving yourself to go big, then yes, it is for you, or it can be for you. No, it's not for people that are transactional instead of being relational, people that are addicted to inertia, that are ego-centered and have fixed mindset. Yeah, it's definitely not for you. So another thing, I will be extremely picky with who is coming. I want to be sure that I am a good fit for you, that the program is a good fit for you, and also that you are a good fit for me, and that the group is a good fit for you, and it will be a real beneficial container for everyone involved. So it's why there's no code to directly pay for it. I will be extremely picky, and it will be handpicked, the people on that group. I want to be sure it's the perfect setting for everyone. Does it make sense? Yeah. And basically during that clarity call, we'll also check, where are you in your social life right now? Where do you want to go? What is your ideal social life? What is your growth edge? What is missing? What is not working? What you need to change? What you need to evolve so you can get where you want to go? And finally, will we rock and roll or not? And really, I leave that option. Obviously, it's a possibility that we will decide we will not a good fit. And in any case, this clarity call will leave you with an assessment of your social life. You will get clarity on where you're at and where you want to go, and it will give you seeds for your growth. So in any case, it will be only 45 minutes of your time, and you will have big value from it, I promise you. No, I still have 10 seats left. Oh no, I haven't checked the calendar yet. And yeah, Phil, we're complete. We're a little bit over time. I'm sorry for that, guy. So you decide. The cards are in your hands. You are invited to that call. You decide if you want to go or not. I'm waiting for you. I cleared my calendar for the week to come. So now, anyone has questions for me? So Rashida, I don't know if you're still there. Okay, you know what? I will stop. Yeah. The share. Now I can see faces. Okay. So Rashida, please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me, Kevin?
How are you doing?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be in your room, your meeting today. It's not really a question. I just want to remind everyone, we all have something to offer this world. No matter who picks on you or bullies you or mistreats you or whatever, you're born and put on this planet for a reason. Even if you don't know that reason yet, but it will come to you in time, my friend.
I love that. Thank you so much, Rashida. It's an amazing reminder. And yeah, I have a feeling some of us here know that, and probably some others have forgotten that. So yeah, I love that you brought that up. And yeah, we have big things to do, and it won't happen by itself. We want to take the lead for that. So thank you so much for is a winner. So he already answered that question. All right. Any other question I might have missed? So it's time to check the chat. So yeah, and Ramona, yeah, so it will be live. The recordings will be available, obviously, but it will be live. So I'm a huge fan of the energy of live. It's totally different. I don't know about you guys, but I feel a recording, something is kind of missing. So I'm always for the lives when possible. But fortunately, we have the possibility to record things, so it can come in really handy. All right. Any other? Oh, Maria, please.
Thank you. Yes, one question. Do you have any kind of age requirement? Because I'm thinking of the sons and daughters of a very close friend of mine.
So that's a very, very good question. Honestly, I don't believe like before a certain age, it probably might be difficult. Like I guess under 10 would be quite difficult. I'm just kidding. But I feel that like, and actually, especially for teens, it could be extremely helpful. Like I can't imagine if I had access to that kind of guidance when I was a teen and I was suffering from bullying, how different my life would be. And at the same time, I'm not complaining at all. Like I see the bullying that I suffered from as a blessing. It's something that helped me become who I am, and now helping others through that. So for myself, I believe this bullying was my way. It was. Yeah, I don't like ideas like destiny and stuff. I believe we create our own destiny, but at the same time, I believe I kind of attracted that for my own benefit, for my own growth. And I'm deeply grateful to my bullies. I know many people might be triggered by that, like, wait, what? No, that's not possible. You can't do that. No, I do. I am genuinely grateful to my bullies because they allowed me to become the amazing person I am. I might have stayed bland and tried to fit in if I wasn't bullied. So actually, they made me a favor. It took me a very long time to come to that conclusion. For a long time, I hated them. I had very negative feelings about that, but it totally changed. So no, I believe that it's my purpose, it's my mission to, because of what I suffered from, to help other people handle that much more gracefully. So yeah, to answer, yeah, it was a long answer, but basically, yeah, I feel teens, absolutely. If their parents are cool with that, I believe it would be a great thing. So we obviously would be a little more cautious about choices of words, for example, if the parents are might be triggered. I'm French, right? The expression "excuse my French" is coming from somewhere, as you can imagine. There's no fire, smoke without fire. But I can't refrain, restrain myself around that.
Well, Spaniards, we are not very good at that either. So don't worry too much about that.
So yeah, long story short, and to properly answer your question, I believe, yeah, it would be up to the parents to decide, probably. But I see easily kids from 14 or 15. And even before, it depends. It depends how mature they are and how mature their parents believe they are. So yeah, the best in that case would be to have that clarity call with the parents as well. Ramona.
Hi, Kevin. Great presentation. I really am happy to be here. So I scheduled my call with with the calendar for 10 a.m. Monday Eastern time. That would be December 4th at 10 a.m. But in my email that confirms it, it says from 3 to 3:45 coordinated universal time. So I'm assuming that that's your time. I don't know. And it's asking me to
So yeah, it might be, and that's technical. So what a guy called Sean Q calls tech fun. So don't let tech fun get in the way. So we will figure it out. Don't worry, we will check directly. But it's very good. I really appreciate that you bring that up.
Yeah, because it doesn't
I will double check. Yeah, I double check. But
it doesn't confirm 10 a.m. my time, but it does say 3 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. UTC, which I guess is your time, Mike.
Yeah, it's probably my time. So it's a little bit weird that it shows my time and not yours. Yeah. So no, yeah, okay. And UTC is the
universal
average, time. It's the universal basic time of sorts. So it kind of makes sense that you would use that. So I just checked my calendar. So you are scheduled at 4 p.m. for me. So yeah, I'm so glad.
Okay. So mine says so are we 6 hours difference then? I'm in Eastern time.
Apparently, yeah. I thought it was 5, but maybe
oh,
it's 6.
No, I'm sorry. No, if it's 4, well, we just set our clocks back, remember? So
yeah.
we're on standard time now. So in the fall we set it back an hour. So what used to be 5 could now be 6. So you're saying 4 o'clock your time, but I still can count on being available at 10. Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, but yeah, well, the other thing, some people don't know me and don't have any other way to reach me, but you have other ways to reach me. So don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Okay, good. And I just want to say that one of the things I'm noticing about myself is that I'm empathic, so I pick up a lot of things from the environment, and I know a lot of things. Sometimes I know things that you know, but you don't want to know. So what I mean by that is a lot of times, there are things about ourselves that we don't want to admit to it. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I pick those things and put them aside when relating to people, because it's like that is the lens through which I'm relating to them, and if it's something about yourself that you don't want to address and I can't get over that, I can't get through that, it puts a barrier between I established a new Bible study partner. And I noticed that as she's talking about some really personal, and I have to admit to you that this is the first time that I'm actually aware of this. So that's the key, right? To change is awareness. So, but what's happened is I noticed that when she's sharing some very personal experiences about her life and becoming very vulnerable and intimate with me, I'm having trouble connecting with her at that level. I can connect here, but it's hard for me to connect here in the heart. And I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's because of the trauma of my past that I put up walls. I don't know if, it's just that I've actually had a very dear friend of mine tell me that I'm brilliant. And this is a man who is 77 years old. He's a very competitive sailor, a champion small boat sailing racer, excuse me, and also retired from his university as a professor. So when he says I'm brilliant, I don't take that lightly. It's like he knows what he's talking about. So, I know I'm not Einstein, but it's like I see things and know things that other people don't relate to and may not even want to be, they're not even interested in. So how do I connect with that brood? And this has been a hard thing for me because, as you know me, for 13 years, I suffered with dizziness from, because I had a heart problem. And now that I have the pacemaker, which I got in 2020, and it was COVID, I didn't go out and try to mingle right away. And then more recently, my mother's death and having to deal with the trauma of the family, brought up the dizziness again. So it's like, I'm always feeling like this, and I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to be able to relate to people and be real with them and not feel like I'm going to be shut out. So,
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up, because it is a very, very important point you're bringing, and actually many people suffer from that. You are far from being alone. Many people have difficulty to connect in flowing, easy and natural ways. It doesn't come easy to so many people, and I've been there. I've been suffering from a lot of shyness. I've been excruciatingly shy when I was a kid. I remember when I mentioned at the time when I was bullied, and after that I was extremely shy, so it didn't come to me easy. I had to fight my way toward that, and so I would need more info around that to give you a proper answer. But I see at least two leads. Very first, especially when you're an empath, you want to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And that the thing is, many people see boundaries as walls, as barriers, like you mentioned, but that's exactly the opposite. If you don't have boundaries, then you might naturally, organically build barriers to protect yourself. But if you're proactive and you set healthy boundaries, then you don't need to erect walls unconsciously. So by being proactive and really handling much better those boundaries, it's much easier. So it's one of the sides of the answer. Another one will be around self-acceptance that I mentioned. That was the lead solution to the first issue I mentioned. And self-acceptance is not just about accepting yourself as a misfit. It's also accepting all your luggage, right? All your past, all your heavy past, all the rocks you had on your road and that are still in your shoes. And it's unloading your burden and accepting and being forgiving yourself, forgiving others like I did with my bullies, and lightening your burden and accepting yourself as a whole, holistically.
Sometimes those boundaries can sometimes come across as being uncaring, like being cold, like when you so you kind of get judged for being insensitive when in fact, like you said, you're trying to set boundaries and then you're being judged for being insensitive. So that's the part I need to really work on, I think.
And yeah, basically, I get you will remember that amazing line from Missy Butcher about the ebb and flow of intentionality and letting go. And it is so present in so many aspects of our lives. If you and for me the best illustration of that is the Tao. The Tao from Asia, that very old philosophy. With that iconic sign with a a white drop with a little bit of darkness inside of it, and a big drop of darkness with a little bit of light in it. And I believe it exemplifies beautifully that ebb and flow. And it's a dance. It's a dance we do like everywhere, always, all the time. And it might not be easy to see that, but actually, I believe it's exactly that, to be able to navigate between setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, being open enough while protecting yourself, so you don't have to protect yourself heavily without even realizing that. It takes time. It's a very delicate process, and really, I believe the word dance is very good. There's a rule of thumb is in dance is that it takes 1,000 times to master a step on average. For some people, it could be 100. For some other people, it could be 10,000 or even more. So it takes time.
Yeah.
It's little by little, like Alex Sodou says so often, little by regular practice, you will be able to do that much more gracefully. And I love that you mentioned awareness. It all starts with awareness. It all starts with self-discovery and clarity. And when you have that,
And I like the idea. I like the idea of being able to say to someone, "Look, I understand where you're coming from, and I can relate to you. If it looks as though I don't care, that's not the way it is. I mean, like, in other words, being just, I'm not able to show my feelings the way other people do. You know, it's just that I don't do that. But let them know, you know, intellectually and at some level, I do understand, you know, what's going on. And but I think, you know, for me, I'm 66 years old, and I you know, have walked out of the madness of my past only 6 years ago. So, and it's only now that I'm able to really truly embrace who I am and really understand who I am, because I'm not dealing with the madness anymore. You know, so now I have like a clearer a clearer environment, you know, to deal with things and to have them show up without judgment and that sort of thing. So I really I love the presentation you did earlier. I'm so proud of you, and I'll look forward to talking with you on Monday. But I like the opportunity to have at least address this and also give some insight to others who decided to hang on here to see how you work.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. And by the way, I did the breath work you shared with me before the call. So really appreciate it.
Thank you. My time is not wasted.
Absolutely not.
I'm leaving, but God bless you, and good luck to you. I love you, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. See you on Monday, Ramona. Thank you so much. All right. Anyone else who has a question or comment or share before we wrap up? If you don't know, no worries. No pressure.
Bravo.
Okay.
It was great. Your presentations are always full of information, and this was fantastic. Thank you. It's going to be a superb program for Social Misfits, and I'm sure it will be a success.
Thank you so much, Mirai. And yeah, and that's a great thing that you mentioned, that I'm always, you know, full of insight. That's the thing. So once again, in this masterclass, it was more sharing insights. But so in the email course that is coming next week, it will be much more practical, a lot more practical, with real tools and challenges and opportunities to play in the wild, world. So I hope you have registered for that. Yeah, I believe you did. So you will have it in your inbox next week. So I can't wait.
Let's see. Otherwise, I'll ping you.
Absolutely. So, yeah, don't hesitate.
And I love your background. It suits you.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it as well. Someone tried to make me change it, but I was like, no, it's staying, at least for the time being. I'm not done playing with that one.